Artificery TTS Invitational match. That is Vika versus Reflex. Just waiting for our players to join. Be a few minutes here. All right. Just waiting to get our players. They said 9 Central, and that's what we're coming up on. I just realized I had you muted if you were talking.
No, I was typing to you. I saw that you were muted. You might need to update TTS.
Oh, well, I can try that. Oh, yeah, it is telling me it's out of date after I close the room. Sorry, technical difficulties for the stream. I have to update my TTS. Be back up in a jiff. The stream is on a blank screen. I apologize for. I mean, my one viewer is probably Zion in here. I don't know. Oh, wait, no, it looks like I got McBee in here. Okay. Launch this back up. All right, we got Vika. So the match tonight will be Vika on 2 elite transition hunters, 1 non-elite Imperial Death Trooper, and Reflex. I've streamed a couple of his games. I played him in the round of 32. He's playing his chopper droids. Care of basically the list that Joe has been put out on the Hyperloops and has been covering as what he thinks is probably the best list in the current meta. Save stuff is different. What's up?
Yeah, ghost object for snap points. Let's see here. What else? New server types. Align tool, who cares? Object snapping, still who cares? Ah, the hand view shrinks now. That's cool.
Well, it looks like I tabbed on dice cards just fine. Dice rollers could be messed up.
A little bit of physics stuff, but nothing that I'm aware that would mess with die rolls and a whole lot of Lua.
As they just going off chat, looks like Coach Bear said maybe dice rollers are having issues now.
Oh no. Oh no. I'd have to check.
Of course, he also told me you can't tab on dice cards, and I've already proved that wrong, unless he's meaning something else.
You can't what?
Can't do the tab ping on cards, but I can.
Oh, here, promote me so I can spawn a roller.
You're promoted.
Thank you. Seems random.
Yeah.
All right, cool. This has been gripping viewing so far, I'm sure. But yeah, so Trandoshans versus droids. I mean, these are definitely two tier 1 decks.
Yeah.
Droids still ripping it up. Only one covert mission card in Reflex's deck, and that is the battlefield. Everything else just kind of carried through.
He the Anakin's lightsabers too.
Oh, okay.
which is a 2
I
of. It's so good.
those. Yep. But I mean, like, Anakin's is better because the one side is 2 damage. But is it significantly different than just Rey's? Like, does the droid's win percentage go down by a huge amount if they have to have Rey's?
I feel like the 2 shields is significant as opposed to 1.
Yeah. But also, I mean, giving your opponent a shield is never really that big of a downside because you just give it to whoever you're not trying to kill.
Yeah. Yeah, I was waiting. Like half the time, droid, you're just trying to get to that first kill anyway, so you don't care. Once you get that advantage, it's all downhill.
Yeah, so I do think that this matchup is basically going to be decided by who gets the first kill. If a Trandoshan dies before a droid, then Vika is kind of locked out of the entire game.
Yeah.
Um,
I do
and
feel droids is better at recovering if one of them dies. I feel transition their power level because he's not running many dice cards. It goes down way more than depending on what upgrades Reflex has out. May or may not turn down the amount of damage he's able to keep going.
yeah, I do think, and I did not talk to Vika because I didn't want to give him any ideas, but I do think that his game plan should be to kill R2D2 because making the focus not happen makes droids significantly worse. Making Reflex have to pay to boost dice is a big blow. He may kill C3PO for basically the same thing. Like, okay, now you have to settle for 1 less damage on any of your dice. But I don't think he's going to go for Chopper because Reflex, his entire game plan for round 1, escaping with a life, or escaping with all of his lives, is going to be at least partially dependent on overriding something with a riot shield,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Now, just looking at what they got in their opening hands here, Vika did get his face the enemy, which is usually huge.
Yeah, so face the enemy. There's nothing really he would absolutely hate seeing from the other side except for that Anakin saber, so I could see him dropping that. I don't think he actually cares very much about the Lothcat. So it's going to be kind of, Anakin saber and then whatever else pops up. He also got his Dead or Alive, which is absolutely huge
Well, yeah.
because it just, now all those paid sides can get paid.
Yeah, and the worst thing that can happen to Trandos is they get the draw with no bounty. So just having a bounty is obviously a plus.
Well, let me check the list right quick. I think he's running 6 bounties, so that's 1 out of every 12 games he won't
Yeah.
have one in his opening.
Feels so bad. But yeah, he's running, well, technically 4 bounties and the 2 shadowed, but the bounty hunters don't only care about downgrades, not that they're actually bounties.
Sure. And then same for Night Sister Lair. So, same all the way around.
Yeah. Now, I know I had seen Vika talk about that. He feels like he's 60% favored in this matchup. So we will see. But he has mentioned that in talking to him.
I mean, that's the classic face the enemy move right there, is to get that IDT out. That's kind of a brutal roll for
Yeah.
Chopper, though.
Yeah, it's like if you face the enemy, the damage is going to come back now. So he has to.
I think he's got to risky move it, right? He's got
Yeah.
to. Can't give him
Nope.
all of that.
He's reaching. Here it comes. He's giving him all of it. He doesn't care. It's gonna be
Oh
a
man.
it's gonna be a half dead Trando.
I mean, um, what do you put back on top? I think with that much damage showing, I think the Anakin saber and the Lothcat, and you just say, you know what, I'm taking
Yeah.
5 from those dice, and you're gonna get yourself a salvage arm. Although I think Reflex goes, okay, you want to leave me salvage armed? Well, I'll give one to this R2D2. You didn't do anything about this 4 damage. What are you going to do about this damage over here?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no real slam dunk, I think, face the enemy choice there. If he wants to go, just let's play the aggressive game. He puts both the Riot Shield and Lothcath on top and says, let's go.
I think it has to be Anakin Saber. The 2 shields is too much.
Yeah, but he's afraid of the aggro. He said get rid of that Chewies. Maybe no. He's just thinking about the order.
I mean, I can definitely get behind putting Chewies back if like you were intending on just face taking all of this damage, but if he's not even going to try to play um,
Yeah, the sequencing is
risky
hard for.
move,
Yeah, I was gonna say the sequencing gets hard for Vika here. Just because he could lose a Trando before he can resolve the dice, which I think is not great
it's very, very possible.
because of that
Um,
4 damage coming in. Plus he could pump it. Plus R2 shit. Like there's a lot of ways just to finish one of those guys off before he can get in and power action, unless he just rolls fire on one of them.
yeah. If he does, he could conceivably just queue up 10 damage and say, I don't care about your Anakin Saber. I'm just going to kill whoever you don't put that on.
Yeah. I think what Reflex is thinking now, the fact that he went face the enemy over removal, Reflex is probably thinking maybe he doesn't have any, or at least nothing good to speak of.
Might, but if Reflex opts for the extra dollar here, that's a lot of damage coming in. But he might just be thinking, okay, you can't do anything about this damage. I'll cram 3 now and then 5 later, and
Yep.
here comes the salvage arm.
Oh yeah, he's definitely probably salvage arm, put 3 more. Though the
But he,
risky move will
but he
come down.
definitely, you definitely risky move it once he puts salvage arm down on Chopper, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't care what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I think so. That's not the roll he wanted off that Trando. Again, it goes into that action efficiency where he can lose that Trando before he can resolve those dice.
You could. Reflex also has to be thinking about the future here throughout this round. He knows his action sheet is not in the next 2 cards. So he's got to dig deeper to find one. I think a
Yeah.
round 2 action sheet is crucial for droids in this matchup.
Yeah, well, it's less so if he gets the round 1 Trando kill, though. Then he can kind of pass on that.
I think he is locked out of the round 1 kill unless he's incredibly lucky with an Anakin Saber rollout on R2. Or he opts to re-roll on the grappling arm away from focus to try to find damage there, or he focuses to it with C3PO. If R2 picks up an Anakin's, and I think with 2 salvage arm in Reflex's hand, then Chopper becomes the target by necessity. So can Vika get 10 damage on board? His dice aren't going to be messed with insofar as they can't be touched, but death to remove 2 of them.
Yeah. And this is a weird thing. Like if Vika decides to go after Chopper, Chopper's like 12 health this turn. Where yeah, he should better off be going off R2, like you said. I don't think C3PO is ever the right choice, and we kind of saw that when we watched Beacon Fire's game in the
I
droid
think
mirror.
I think 3PO is the right choice, but in some very, very specific circumstances. Like if for whatever reason your opponent didn't get to use their chopper power action, like then you can kind of blow Chopper off for a round and kill 3PO and say, I'll keep you on your back feet because now you actually have to pay for your riot shields.
Yeah. Seems small though. I still think like you said,
Yeah,
R2 gets you most all of that, and then shuts down like part of their action sheets. Though if I remember right, yeah, Reflex's list is running the 1 Ewok ambush and 2 instigates.
correct. So here comes the Anakin Saber. I think that's almost a foregone conclusion. I would not be surprised to see an Anakin Saber come down. And then,
I mean, the problem with it is that Reflex doesn't know what Vika's target's going to be. So, like, if it's going to be Chopper, he would rather have the 2 shields on Chopper, which he can't do right now.
yeah. So I guess if he really wanted to kick this can down the road, he could pass. It's not like Vika's going to double pass him from here. Or he could overwrite the grappling arm, which I don't see why you would, but if he's just trying to kick actions down the road.
I think at minimum you'd focus your 3PO to a resource side or something before you did that. No, he's just
Yeah,
going to bring
yeah,
it in.
absolutely. He's probably also somewhat. You might want to mouse over the resources. Yep. Probably also somewhat thinking about like, what if he's got best defense and I end up working my way into a bad situation.
Yep.
But 3PO could just flat out die here.
Yep.
He's got the 3PO kill. It might be worth it because if he can get that one focus off the board now, and then Vika or Reflex probably uses the grappling arm to focus over to the other base side. Then risky move happens, and the Trandoshan miraculously lives through this round. 3PO's down.
Yeah. I mean, at least removing the die off 3PO makes it a little more, tempting. But I don't know. Like you still leave
But I
them,
think
you still leave them with easy picking chopper shenanigans, and you still leave them with Ewok ambush shenanigans.
with perfect hand knowledge and at least one reroll, I would also think that going for Chopper there would have been perfectly fine too. If you get
Yeah.
8 now, and then you have to deal with the overwritten Riot Shield, but it's not hard to find 1 damage off of your conscript squad.
Yeah. But you are right that he knows that 2 of the top 5 aren't going to be an action sheet. So
Yeah, I think
he should overwrite with the ambush and then resolve the 2. Just for action efficiency? I guess it doesn't matter. He can do it in either order.
for the ambush.
Because of the risky move.
Oh, right,
Next
right,
card he
right.
plays says ambush.
I mean, he can do it with the claim too.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
guess it would have to be the 2 side off the conscript squad because we wouldn't have had money to pay for the paid side.
Yeah, so Reflex still, or Vika still has like 4 damage. Reflex is almost out of stuff to do.
I mean, Reflex only has the overwrite, but it will have an ambush. Like you said.
Yeah, and it's going to come really down. If Reflex can get one of his ambushes, that's going to be really huge in the next turn.
Especially if he just takes the opportunity now to overwrite with Riot Shield. Both of those droids they're big. They're big boys. He does have to roll for his damage, but I don't think Reflex has any qualms about putting both salvage arms in the discard pile right here.
Oh, yeah, not with Chopper. Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
Let's go find an Instigator Ewok ambush. He wants either one of those right now. And he ain't get it. But he does have a Hans and 2 Chewies. So that's cool. Vika drew into a whole hand of removal. Well, he's got the 2. Well, I guess it's not technically because 2 of Sinister Peace aren't great. Because basically only one's playable, and then he's got a Dangerous Maneuver. Dangerous Maneuver actually, math-wise, does not help him a whole lot here.
I think DM helps him a bit. If if he has the sequencing available, like you can just dump a couple damage over onto the IDT and then sinister piece something, and now it still would take 2 dice to kill Trandoshan.
Yeah.
Question is, do you prioritize locking opponent into some weirdness or some badness,
Yeah.
or do you prioritize getting those dice resolved?
Which is the route he's going is prioritize. If he's going to force Vika to have some answers or lose his transition.
Oh yeah.
Of course, this is the second time in a row he's rolled double blanks off R2, which is great.
Always feels good. He can only the only
He can only go to the top side.
yeah. But that lethal is lethal, right? I don't know why he's pinging Night Sister Lair.
I don't know. Accident probably.
But yeah, DM is the only way out from here. So, useful in a way. Can't sinister piece on one side.
That's true. Next level play.
Yeah. Forced by necessity. But I do not see a clear path forward for Vika to not have his Trandoshan die.
Well, if Reflex keeps rolling terribly.
I mean, there's an upper limit to how poorly you can roll. Vika thinking about sequencing. If lethal doesn't come off this reroll, then we're definitely going to see a power action, which will probably be immediately near miss.
Yep, doesn't get there.
And now he can't do anything.
I mean, he can get to lethal, but it's real slow because he can get his salvage arm back and then resolve 3. But 2 actions, basically.
Yeah. And he's pretty much forced right now to near miss.
He is playing around the sinister piece perfectly though, even if he goes salvage. Vika can't do anything about it.
I think Trandos is perfectly fine sinister piece and a 2 shield side.
Yeah.
More than happy to make that happen. The interesting play here is if Vika uses his other Trando power action, would Reflex ditch the 2 shields in favor of Han?
That's a rough play. Yeah, now he's got a power action salvage arm back, which should guarantee him the kill on first.
Yeah.
So Vika should be resolving this die, unless he's bad at math.
I think he only resolves the 1 die, though.
Yeah, because he can turn the IDT with the 2, so he should leave it.
Yeah, he wants that IDT to hang out. Get good use there. But I think if this Trandoshan does die here, and I don't see how that doesn't happen. Yep, here it goes. I think you sinister piece this 2 shield side.
Oh yeah, for sure. Get that off the table.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a 2 damage sinister piece, so that feels pretty good.
And then I think actually it becomes easy to overwrite the Anakins with the Hans Blaster. Like
sure.
next action. Just do it now, get rid of that die, probably.
I think you do that into a Lothcat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's super solid.
Yeah, or okay, well.
Or do the Lothcat first. Like, maybe he's waiting until after he Trandos to, like, a 3-for-1.
I don't think. I mean, it's if you get both Trando dice gone,
Yeah,
then it is what it is.
it's
But
winning.
right here, if he rolls like a one side off of this
Yeah, or the
conscript
+2.
squad, yeah.
Like,
Now this Hans basically has to be used now, and it's a lot less valuable.
yeah. Yeah, you got to use it now because if he rolls in the IDT, he could hit damage that you're going to have to eat, or he could focus it off the +2.
And Reflex is never going to be a bad player this game by any stretch of the imagination, but I do believe he is a bit out of practice, or else he would have Hansed into the Lothcat.
Yeah.
Now, is Vika going to psych himself out and think that he has easy picking?
Yep.
Looks like it. And I mean, now you overwrite with Hans, right?
I think so.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
You're never going to remove this die if it's any good. And now if he does the power action, you still aren't going to get rid of the base side, so...
Yeah. And then with the ambush, he pretty clearly claims, I think. And Vika gets a Fickle with one reroll.
If he rolls fire,
I mean,
he could take the 2 damage,
it's
or
not
get
nothing.
greedy.
I think you have to get greedy, though,
Yeah,
is the
like,
problem.
he's lost too much damage. When the Trando dies and you just lost so much damage dice, he wants to put 4 or 5 in right here.
Especially since, holding Sinister Peace doesn't really do anything for your board state long term, whereas drawing into the best defense.
Yeah.
And if you can match best defense now up against a round with no instigate, then you feel pretty dang good about it.
Nope, he's going conservative. Says, give me that 2.
I mean, he may just be very, very concerned about the Chewy's blaster and say, I want a way to deal with it no matter what.
Deal with it once for 2 cards is the sad part.
Yeah. But, when it can do 4 damage, or 5 if for whatever reason Reflex puts it on Chopper.
Vika did get his Entangle, which that's pretty good in this match.
That's huge. And no Instigate or Ewok Ambush from Reflex this round either.
Yeah, though less powerful this turn because he doesn't have anybody within easy striking distance.
I mean, it's still a huge pain.
Oh yeah, like from a getting around mitigation perspective, sure. I think the bigger problem for Reflex is having the Pacify and the Hidden Motive is only removal left now after the Field Medic. Those aren't great removals. I mean, Hidden Motive is 50-50 to hit, like, whatever he wants.
Yeah, it just feels bad motivating or needing to hidden motive before these power actions come out. Like
Yeah.
that 2 side is perfectly resolvable on its own. You probably want to hidden motive it. You probably want to pacify the IDT droid or the IDT die regardless.
Nah, I think he's trusting in his Riot Shield to block the 2 and is trying to put some pressure. But not with that roll. Rolls are betraying him.
Yeah. But he could pick up $2 and just, you know what, R2 is going to be a beast from now on, and all 3 action sheets do work on him. And he'll have 2 3-cost upgrades to go with.
Yeah, no, that's a perfectly reasonable line of play.
Especially in situations where, he's in situations where like Hans will roll that modified side, R2 can still match it up with the one side of
Here's where
Chewy's
Reflex
blaster.
wishes he did see an easy pickings, which he hasn't.
Yeah, his draws aren't really helping him out entirely too much here.
But Yeah, no, I think he has to take the money because I think he has to get to that Chewies. Though I know I played Reflex and I've watched a couple of his games. He really likes just to over at the Chewies, like for that Hans Blaster. Could be something he totally does to keep money for like playing the grappling arm, for instance.
I I don't think that grappling arm is coming out. I think that grappling arm is a reroll. Now, sequencing on behalf of um, Vika here, I think you entangle those two dice because A, you can entangle them,
Yeah,
and B, you have to be at least somewhat concerned about R2
yeah,
coming out swinging.
yeah. You're right. Yeah, like the Ewok ambush is or the instigate. You're basically looking at 3 damage if you don't.
Especially since you're going to get another dollar off of that electroshock anyway. You can entangle and then electroshock, and that is going to go all
Roll
over
your
the
die.
place. Oh my god.
Reflex with the assist.
I am just going to fix this problem.
Yeah, make 2. I I think at some point, like Vika was thinking he had no removal. It was when there was no pickings or anything. It was just daring him to do
I mean,
something.
I can definitely see, okay, he doesn't have easy picking because you would definitely play it in that position.
Yeah, but I mean,
You
like,
don't lose anything by putting the IDT out there.
yeah, no, like leaving the 2 out there for like 3 or 4 actions now. Leaving the 2 1s out there. He was trying to swing for the fences, I think. Now he's
May
got
as well
slows roll.
focus, and then that'll force the hidden motive. Which, if it doesn't outright remove the die, we're going to see at least, on average, probably 2 rerolls here to find a solid 5 or 6 damage total.
Oof.
Oh,
Gets there.
now I think definitely see it's almost worth rerolling that Trando die to find the 3 side.
Yeah. I will say with that removal off the hidden motive, it did put it to where Vika could not kill a droid this turn, which is
He
huge.
could have, I think.
No, he had a max of 8 on all the dice with the riot
Oh, okay,
shield.
with
Yeah,
the riot shield.
he
Yep.
couldn't have
Okay.
got there.
Yeah.
So that means, yeah, Reflex is getting both droids in the next turn. Still looking for instigates and whatnot.
Oh, I mean, now you entangle. I mean, you're getting
Yeah, no,
like,
no. Sinister piece it.
oh, you think
He's doing it.
that's playing so much with fire off of an Ewok ambush, though.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saving his money for. You're right. It's like he wants to save his money, but it's just like pay the 2, get rid of your 2 dice. Here's yet another. Well, I guess he has no money, so that's not helping. It's basically 3 blanks. Well, he gets to turn.
Okay, now you do.
Entangle now.
I think you
Or
entangle the
electroshock.
Hans and the Chewies.
Yeah,
You know what? I'll walk away from this with just 3 damage. Thank you.
yeah. Or you
Possibly 5.
Yeah, there's no money, so he could just take like the base side and the Chewies and try to leave him with nothing, which is what he's gonna do.
Yeah. That Hans Blaster is not a chump, though.
Yeah, but it's got to hit on a reroll.
Keeping the shield.
And gets the exact same thing.
Wow. I mean, you just claim here, right? Take initiative.
I think Vika should.
I mean, he's not gonna. You can't DM. He's not gonna. What is he gonna do? Electroshock the shield side?
Well, he's still got that fickle die out there, so just wanted to get value out of that.
Maybe. So yeah, maybe. But you only have 2 out of 33 because this barely does anything at this point. Yeah, with the one side, you're not even.
Doesn't negate the shield you just got. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a long round for absolutely nothing to happen
Yeah.
except a board state advancement by Reflex. And he's got to draw an easy pickings or an action cheat here. Like he's only
Well,
got 30 cards in his deck,
he's
right?
got the 2 action cheats for the crazy shenanigans. He's got the instigate and Ewok ambush. No easy pickings though.
I mean, I think you just fire that off. You hope for 8 somehow.
I mean, odds are probably pretty good in my head math.
I mean, then you still have $1 for the near miss.
Oh, he's gonna get, yeah.
Okay,
He'll get
sure,
that
yeah,
first. Let's
makes
up the
sense.
odds.
Oh, but now he's got to think like if this doesn't work at all, my mitigation is overriding with an Anakin saber, which isn't nothing,
Yeah.
but it's also not super feel good to stare down that double disrupt side.
Vika's sitting on that probe, which would be really good if Reflex doesn't do anything.
No, I mean he's going for the throat here,
Yeah, if he pops off this Trando, it's game over.
and that's not how you do it.
That's not getting there.
I mean, I think you're pot committed here. I think you just do the Ewok ambush and
Yeah, I mean, if he uses a 2 disrupt, remove your last resource, it sucks, but it's basically like a removal on a damage die anyway, so you don't really care.
yeah,
You might
and
as well just go on with it.
he's got a resource on board too, so he can work his way back into your miss.
Reflex is just taking a break. He's probably just cursing at his wall or something of how that roll could be so bad.
I mean, the focus is okay because it can get boosted by salvage arm.
Yeah, but he's probably sitting there thinking, Vika, I don't have my easy pickings, but Vika definitely has the best defense by now.
Yeah,
Which he does. Which will make things
and
really
double
nice.
electroshock to back it up too.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know why he did that.
Yeah,
Like you'd think, oh, he just wants better, like maybe matching up like melee sides. That's the only argument I can make because he's got the two grappling arms, and maybe he just wants more melee sides for those modifieds.
maybe, but I don't know. Like if he had modified damage sitting out there, I could definitely see that line of play. Like absolutely in that case. Because with the Ewok ambush, you can get at least another 2 damage matched up with it off of the Anakin saber. But it looks like he's working himself into that position, saying, "You know what? You do what you do. I'm getting this extra 2 damage."
Yeah, but here should be best defense if Vika's at all thinking, because he has to think that if there's an
Bike is
Ewok
greedy
ambush,
though.
yeah, like
Bike is very greedy. He's much more likely just to electroshock the base side, in my opinion.
that would be it's going to be a bad call. I mean, I have full knowledge to know it's a bad call, but yeah, it's a bad
It,
call.
he's actually so greedy. I wouldn't even be surprised if he just doubts the grappling.
Oh no.
Like that's how greedy Micah can be.
Yeah, I mean you have a fully shield up IDT. I would have just got rid of both of those dice. But yeah, I hear the Ewok.
I definitely understand holding the best defense
Yeah, but he's
because
gonna. I guess if he's not thinking he has the action sheet, but this is gonna be a minimum 4 damage into his Trando right here, off of the Ewok ambush.
so if you're sitting in Vika's position, you don't have perfect knowledge, and you see somebody instigate Chopper there instead of R2D2 with 2 big upgrades, isn't that kind of a tell that there's a second action sheet in hand?
I would think so.
So you would always either just roll out Chopper and see what happens, or you would take the big upgrade path.
Yeah.
But a probe into 2 seems like the obvious play, and that
Yep.
Ewok ambush will go away.
Yeah. I have no idea why he stopped to play the near miss right there.
I don't know either. But this best defense is going to be an absolute monster. And we might see a no damage round depending on this roll.
Yep. That's a monster roll.
Yeah, but it's still only 3 damage onto the Trando.
He has to think if he wants to turn the Chewies to a non-pay side, but I don't think he does. Because he has the dollar.
So where's the good sequencing here for Vika?
I mean,
Depending on
I don't think Reflex is going to change his dice. So he wants to best. He's going to best defense probably the Anakin Saber and the 4. Or I guess he does change the die. Though
I mean, now it's definitely just the base sides, right? And
Yeah,
then you can
that saves the
electroshock
damage.
whatever's left.
Yep. You take the 2 base melees. You'll get 2. He's going to take 2, but that's still okay.
If you and you're saying, okay, well, you know what? You need to give up your last card if you want to get value out of that chopper die, that grappling arm.
I don't think he will. I think he'll just take the damage and the resource.
I don't know. He might re-roll it.
He wants that
It's
resource.
very tempting. So the
I
question at that point:
I wouldn't be
Do
tempted.
you switch targets to R2 because you only have to deal 1 more damage, and you can snipe out that Chewy Blaster and force an override with Anakin's. I don't think you do because no easy pickings have been played yet. I think you want to
Yeah.
kill Chopper this round, but
No,
it's worth at least considering if he can queue up 9 damage.
no, I think Chopper's still the right play. There's still 2 easy pickings and an instigate in there that still works on Chopper. I mean, the instigate still works on R2 too, I guess, but he still has a way to action cheat Chopper just as well.
I mean, he's got Chopper dead on board because he can get 9 damage just off a power action.
1, 2.
So it's his choice on who he
4,
wants
5.
dead. And I think it will be Chopper, not just because of the easy pickings, not just because Chopper is a big old pain in the ass to deal with.
What am I missing? I only got 7 damage on power actions, right? Because he can go to the 3 for 1, which would be
Oh,
5,
sure,
and he
yeah,
can turn the IDT to a 2. He'd have to re-roll the fickle to hope to hit.
yeah. I mean, he also does get to re-roll the Trandoshan die. Well, so he can naturally hit the 3 side there and feel good
Yeah,
because then he can bump the other one.
yeah. I think if one of those was closer to death, I would probably try to re-roll here for reflex. But since you're not close, I think take the money. Try to get the dagger or something else down next round.
And just on trying to find damage from the Fickle, it's with 2 cards left in hand, it is 75% that you're losing your chopper.
Yep. Let's reroll Fickle and Trando.
There's that.
Still only 7 as oh no, yeah, I can go up to
Power
8.
action. Yep.
So that's exact damage, yeah.
And he gets to keep his electroshock to boot. Means that Reflex is only going to be sitting on 3 dice going into next round, and not an easy path, in my estimation, to kill that Trandoshan with an action cheat, of which he only has an Instigate left.
Yeah.
So I think maybe at this point you do overwrite the like maybe you think you go back in time, think ahead, and overwrite the Chewies. Just try to up your odds of matching damage sides
Yeah.
everywhere. But he's running out of dice in the deck, so that doesn't feel good either. Basically saying I'm locked into 3 dice for the rest of the game.
He did get a flee flee the scene, which is actually really good, opposed to seeing his easy pickings.
No, that Flee the Scene will make him live through this round.
Yeah, and a field medic to back that up.
But
Automated
face the enemy. Face the enemy popping up for Vika could snap up Flee the Scene plus automated. That field medic can't get played until damage is on R2. So yeah, I think you just go, okay, I'll take 2 and roll out that IDT. Forgot his dead or alive money.
He doesn't need it.
But he still forgot. Fun of it for it. Is he gonna play the rocket booster? So if he says, if I flee the scene and I get both Trandoshan dice with this, it's no easy task. Deal a lot of damage from that point. I think overwriting with the dagger is kind of a lead in that direction.
Yep. But,
Now you didn't want to roll that, because now that is a not terrible flee. Or automated. Okay. Yeah, automated. But it would have been really good for Vika if that blank had popped up.
Yeah. So
But I
that's
think Flee and Hidden is the obvious choice here. What would be interesting to me is if we see a reroll on Conscript Squad and Fickle before Trandoshan comes out.
Maybe with those rules.
Yeah, just because you probably aren't going to kill R2. Like you're not going to get your 9 damage queued up, and you don't want your Fickle getting bought from you in this position.
Yeah.
The Fickle can get bought, so I don't see a way for R2 to actually die unless. Yeah, no, it's impossible.
Yeah, it is not possible. Unless he forgets that he can buy the Fickle.
I think if you're in a position where you're hoping Reflex forgets something, you go back in time.
That helps. That gives him an out to kill.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to. There we go. All right. I need to give Vika some damn box training.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't know how he's having so many issues.
Yeah. But still, the odds of queuing up the damage, even including that extra conscript squad, is very bad. I mean, the Fickle gets body, right?
Yeah, because if not, he'll waste one of those conscripts to make sure you can't buy the Fickle, so you have to.
Yep. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that feels bad.
Yep.
He's sitting on eight on board.
Yeah, I mean, so now the only play Reflex has is to pass until he can field medic.
And that'll leave Vika with the claim. I would have shot my shot. I would have gone for the 29% of one of those better sides coming up off of the conscript. Yeah, Trandoshan.
Scoop phase. I mean, even if he pops his other instigate to kill this Trando before he does anything, what
Oh
was
yeah, I guess he couldn't have done that because
boom?
wow,
You pitched that easy for two.
because of that disrupt side just sitting there. The better side would have had to have been conscript squad out of 1 and 6. So okay, Vika once again proving he's better than.
He does not get his action sheet, which we knew weren't going to be in the top two cards, but he has double flee the scene, so he could time walk this whole turn.
Do you not? Like, I think you kind of do. I almost.
At least the Trando didn't roll well, so he can threaten to kill it.
Well, here's the best defense.
I don't. He's thinking if he wants one melee or one shield. That's the debate.
You go for the melee.
I'll leave
With
it.
double flee the scene, like think you just need to deal the damages and draw your instigate.
Yep. The best defense.
It is a really, really good defense. It may not be the best, but it's really good.
It's kind of a card I like. That I loved it back in Awakenings, but people started hating on it. But it's always kind of good. People are crazy.
So if you know opponent has at least one flee the scene in hand, then you lead off with this Trandoshan power action and go, I'll force you to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would put Fickle out there. It's not like Reflex is going to buy the Fickle.
No, it's GG basically if he buys the Fickle.
Yeah. But by putting the Fickle out there, you're just upping the odds of something you don't want getting fleed. But maybe you re-roll from here and hope that a Trandoshan die makes it through.
What we need that we didn't see, but I've always wanted to see this happen. If Vika would have played his risky move And then you get the ambush Flea, so he could actually have played both of them.
Frightening.
So close, but didn't quite happen.
He's got 2 actions on his own. What he doesn't know is he's going to lose another couple of dice.
Unless, see, is there any temptation to re-roll here just to see if you hit that 4 for the win? And you can't do anything
Yeah.
about it.
I mean, if you have 4 cards in hand, I think you do. Because now if he goes
Now,
to power action or reroll, you're losing a lot.
yeah.
Losing a lot.
So
And
yeah,
the other fickle does leave the possibility open no matter what. But through a hidden motive, I think you possibly just re-roll from here. But that's speaking with the benefit of perfect knowledge.
not good rolls for Vika here.
I think that was better than a damage side, because if you roll a damage side, then it gets hidden motive. It might go away. But if you re-roll into a fuckload of damage,
It was all part of the
you know,
plan to roll like crap. God,
it can only get fleed, right?
I mean, he doesn't know the Flea's coming, but yeah.
Yeah, but he knows that there is something else.
That's better.
So flee for fickle and IDT here,
Yeah.
and then there's a re-roll with not great but not terrible odds of lethal. 2 re-rolls actually. We call those Ukrainian odds.
Reflex thinking about slow rolling with a hidden motive first. Which it might work actually.
I think that is. Hmm. So if this die goes away, then there's no reason not to resolve at least the conscript squad, right?
I mean, you want, yeah, I guess you could resolve just the conscript, but you want to keep at least one base side for the other conscript.
Yeah.
He's just going to take the money.
I don't know what he's afraid of for $1. Like maybe I mean he's playing around the automated that exists, so
Yeah.
that's good. But
No, at least it means the path is
he's not
clear for him
playing.
to try to get to the reroll to 4. I
I
mean,
mean
that's
he's looking through the list and he's saying, okay, well there's only a pacified and a hidden motive for free, and he's just kind of hoping it's pacify.
Pacify's dead now. No character dice.
Exactly.
But yeah, he's just going to hope to hit some combination of 4 damage. I probably reroll both Fickles?
Yeah, I
What's the
think so.
math on that? I mean, you roll the 1, you're 1 and 3. If you roll the 2, I don't know.
You're yeah. I think rolling both fickles works out better, but I can't put a number on it at the moment.
Not that way.
I mean, you throw the entangle away because you're not getting the claim.
Oh yeah, you gotta figure that this Trando's dying real fast.
Yeah, an action sheet means dead Trando,
Oof.
and
He doesn't get
that's
there.
some poop.
Yeah.
And with one flee of the scene, unless these fickles like do well in roll resolve mode,
How much do you pitch trying to find your instigate?
all of it except flee.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe just the Ezras.
I mean, like, you have to get that Trando off and not have to remove his dice. And then you have to hope your flea holds out, because you probably aren't going to be able to kill both characters.
I guess if you're out of cards, you don't need to pitch. I
Oh,
didn't even count.
there you go. I as with black, I can't even. It doesn't show me the count on the deck, so I can't even see. But yeah, no, that actually works in his favor because he knew he would get his instigate.
Yeah,
So that's guaranteed dead Trando.
all according to plan.
Yeah. If he god rolls, he actually kills both characters. Funny enough, two and
That would
five.
be every bit of bad luck for Reflex
Yeah,
earlier in this game, coming back around and turning into good luck in one wicked roll.
yeah. And in order to do that, he would have to hit the +3 on the dagger and the 2 on R2. This is the only way that he could god roll. 1 in 36.
Doable.
It's not. I'm saying there's a chance.
It's not even as good as Ukrainian odds, but
I'm not sure what he's thinking about though, because you aren't dropping this Ezra's.
no, not in the slightest. He might be thinking like, do I have enough to actually get out of this round alive? And if so, can I just flee the scene, find a dollar somewhere?
No, he's
Oh
dropped.
my,
Why?
oh gosh.
I do not recommend that play
Yeah, that seemed very unwise.
because you get the Trando and the power action on the Trando if you don't roll. Well, I guess he can guarantee the kill roll, or just yeah, he knew he was gonna roll blanks. But if that roll was not blanks, you just lose.
I mean, if he counted, I don't know if he looked at.
So
Did he scoop from there?
yeah, I think he rolled crap and then scooped.
Did
He,
Vika scoop?
no, I think Reflex scooped.
I mean, I don't know. That seemed kind of fightable.
Yeah, he.
It doesn't feel good staring down, those four supports plus an IDT, but like
Yeah, I mean he didn't know
you
what.
you had the kill. If you looked at Vika's discard pile, he sees he's out of removal, so he had the auto kill on the Trando.
Yeah, that was a loose forfeit. Yeah, I would at least like at that point like flip to the 2 and just make him show it to you.
Playing that Ezra's Saber doesn't put me entirely too optimistic for Reflex in that position. But
Yeah, playing that one was weird.
the
Like
dead Trando next action really makes it a whole different game.
yeah, I don't get the. I would have wanted to keep that money up for a flee the scene and pay my 1 for instigate, insta clobber the Trando, and take my 1 in 36 of winning the game. But knowing that I
I
was
mean,
going to
it's more
remove
than
2
it's
dice.
yeah. That Ezra Saber do some work. If you only need one die to kill that Trando, you got 4 dice to deal 5 damage.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Vika has to take an action for every die added to the pool.
Yep. Well, on to game 2.
I mean, it's indirect Vika. He gets to decide where it goes. It's like pointing at shot. Okay.
Just put it here for me, please.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So we got a shadow trigger. You'll take 1 to chopper. Excuse me? Face the enemy
Yeah.
right open. And you don't want to necessarily remove that for money. Although it's probably the smart idea because face the enemy could leave you with no way in which to do so.
Yeah. And there's a really good chance that that's what's going to happen here. Yep. I imagine he goes for the no
Like,
removal round.
yeah, near miss and automated right back to the top. I'm like, okay, you can instigate Ewok ambush. Try your luck, my friend.
And he's still sitting on Sinister Piece and Entangle to make sure Trando doesn't die this round.
I mean, instigate into Ewok ambush. Like, he could die.
Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely a possibility.
I mean, he's getting one perfect side, right? Like, so you need 3 out of 5.
Still hoping some rolls go your way, though.
Oh yeah, that would go back to Ukrainian odds with 3PO there to boost you a bit.
And here's where, like, basically the scary or whatever part you want to call Trandos is that Vika knows 100% he can kill a droid this turn.
Yeah. I think Reflex is kind of weighing the odds of like, do I blow 2 cards worth of load on this and just try to get what I can get as quick as I can get it, or do I slow roll, try to pick up a couple of bucks, and then play this dagger and at least advance my board state, even if I am going to lose a character this round. And I think he's going to go for the quickness, which is
Yeah.
what I would do.
I mean, I think you can roll out Chopper with the Instigate and see what you get and then make a decision from there. Like that. And now you know you can't get there.
Yeah. That doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I mean, the temptation here is.
Hand wipe with discard, right?
Yeah. But
It's not even a hand wipe, but like at least
it's
like
2.
please stop messing with me. Like,
But yeah, even ripping. That's the other problem with Trent. Like you rip their hand, he's still going to get his damage in.
yeah, unless you get disrupt.
Yeah.
Like if you rip hand and then 3PO for focus.
Yeah, I think the 3PO for focus might be a play here. No, he's gonna rip the 2.
Yeah, I that's a perfectly valid way to go, I think. And Sinister Piece is left in hand with absolutely nothing.
Yeah. But Trandos are gonna say, "Hey, droids, you were known for being consistent. Check this shit out." As he hits one of the 3 straight off.
But if there's one reroll, see, a Reflex could reroll from here, and then Ewok ambush in a kill.
I think that's probably a fair line. Though it does suck to lose the dagger. Not like he can play the dagger, though. Not with that roll.
Yeah, yeah. The only other line there is resolving your focus now, and then saying, okay, I'm doing, and then you're going to kill a guy, and that feels bad. So I think you reroll everything but the 3PO die. It looks like that's what Reflex is doing. And yeah, you're not getting there.
Nope. Yeah. He's hitting his max damage.
I mean, now you have to do the Ewok ambush, or else you just lose R2 here. No, you wouldn't. Like, no, you would just kill Chopper. He's holding 2 dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just drop Chopper and say, you know what? I hope I draw a bounty.
Yeah, I think dropping Chopper it's still my call. I like going after Chopper first. You're turning off easy pickings. You're turning off all the
But
stupid shenanigans from
but
Chopper's
like
ability.
Reflex can't get anything done.
The downside actually of killing Chopper here is that it does get rid of your 1 downgrade, which you could maybe make an argument for not killing Chopper because of that.
No. I mean, he spent all of his money trying to get something done. He's gonna get 1 damage or a bunch of discard out of Chopper this round. And so you kill Chopper with just what you have on board here. No power actions required. And then you've got R2 and 3PO only left and
Yeah.
base money sides.
I'd say the sad part though is you still get what 5 damage into R2 or 3PO. Oh wait, no, the what 3 damage?
No, he would if he
Oh
kills
no,
Chopper
yeah.
first, he can't power action.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But you can definitely reroll.
Yeah, he could take the one reroll, but
But
reflex.
just
Depends what reflex does first.
I don't see any good method of getting out of this position for reflex.
I will say when I played him game 3, I managed to kill Chopper round 1, and he actually came back to win that game. But the difference there is he had like 5 money going into round 2 and got some big upgrades.
I mean, he got a decent roll off of R2 there, but
Yeah, that 5 solid.
he's only got one action sheet left in the deck.
See, now is where you do the power action because there's no point in kill Chopper right now. Get your other die fixed.
Yeah. Okay, reflex is going to have 4 money at the start of next round. That is what it is.
Yeah, but I would rather have 3 damage, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
It
Vika's
looks like he's
decided to
going to
keep
hold
money.
his money. Yeah, no dead or alive, sure. See.
That was a mistake. But reflex is probably super on tilt.
Wouldn't you
Well,
be?
I guess the thing is, if he would have focused to the money, maybe he kills Chopper instead, just to keep him off ramp.
You
But I
mean
doubt it.
3PO?
Or yeah, sorry, yeah, 3PO instead. That's the only reason I see why you wouldn't do the focus on the 3PO money.
Yeah, see, going for C3PO next. So everything's basically redeploy, and you don't want damage boosting coming out of nowhere. And if there's one thing Vika can do, it's remove a single die per round.
Vika did manage to get into his second downgrade that he needs.
Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I legitimately hate the Trandoshan deck. I think I recently wrote like 1,000 words on it. So why
Yeah,
it's a big problem.
I know we've been talking about restarting up the league, but I wish we had like a balance update, like an official one, before we started another league month.
I mean, it might be worth just doing an unofficial one.
I've thought about it.
How about a trilogy? Like just trigger rotation.
That doesn't help with transitions though. They still exist. Does it
Yeah,
really
but
take anything away from them?
nah.
I don't think it does.
Electroshock, I guess.
Yeah.
No, that was in Convergence. That got reprinted.
Yep.
Didn't it?
Roll of fire.
Yeah, well, here comes a doubt on that. Who's what to call it? Chewie's blaster. It's only got a 1 in 6 of killing the Trando. Can't get it done.
Yeah, so no
If the
turns.
doubt works, then we're going to see another droid get lost.
Yeah. Make it
Without,
interesting and have it come back up on the 3.
yeah, no shit, right?
Nope.
Well, Trando lives. Feels bad. If he takes his money and then like gets electroshock, that even feels worse. Here, I don't even think you play the fickle. I think the fickle becomes a reroll
Yeah.
because like the only way you can lose this game is if you allow it to happen by playing fickle and getting it taken from you.
You need
I
the
think just killing R2.
and just you want the money for your pay size. There's no need. You don't have the money to play fickle at this point.
Yeah, and just slamming 5 into R2, but I guess he's focused on the 3PO. Wants that to happen. If he's worried about flee the scene, power action there would have been good.
He can't pay for both sides, luckily.
Yeah, but that's still 7 more damage coming.
Yep. Reflex. I'm out. That's game.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I would be incredibly frustrated myself.
yeah, I'm surprised he hung out as long as he did, actually, because I probably would have been gone after round 1.
I mean, that's he's tilted.
Yeah,
He's tilted. We'll write that off to tilt. Reflex is
sure.
normally very kind.
All right. Well, thanks for the. We got 24 viewers, more viewers today than Saturday night. So thanks to everybody for tuning in.
Well, I'll be exporting this over to YouTube.
All right. Uh, yeah, I don't know when the next one is, but I'll be streaming Thursday night for anybody who's still paying it, that wants to come in and hang out with me. And then I'm doing late night gaming on the 28th. That's my plug. Do you have anything to plug, Zion?
Nah, I don't have anything to plug right now.
Probably be streaming more top 4 games. Just kind of depends how people's schedule turns out. So
Yeah, I need to figure out what Joe's up to so we can schedule our top 4 match. That'll be Palpatine versus the same exact deck that Reflex was playing card for card. I would expect that to go uh, much more in the droid player's favor. At the very least, it'll be a game.
yeah,
The odds of me being able to kill a droid round 1 unopposed are slim to none,
I was gonna
and
say,
Slim just left town.
can you even do it? Like, what would your draw be?
Very theoretically.
All right.
Very, very, very theoretically. It would take a lot of work from Machine Mastery, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I'm off. Talk to you guys later.
All right, take it easy.